And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
As the temperatures drop, keep your home cozy and your family safe with Maverick Electric Heating and Air, your local family-owned team you can trust. They care about the families they serve because they're part of this community too. This fall, schedule your seasonal tune-up to make sure your system is ready before the cold sets in. Visit MaverickElectricalServices.com or call Maverick Electric and let their family take care of yours this season.
For 77 years, the Keys family from Naturewood Home Furnishings has been serving families just like yours and mine. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings, most of which are made right here in this country. The kitchen table, which we purchased so many years ago, speaks to the enduring quality of the Naturewood product lines. We treasure memories made seated around that table with family and friends for birthday celebrations, school projects, and many late-night meals when the day just got away from us. Naturewood has provided thousands with home furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their 77th anniversary sale and get started making your own brand of memories. Meet the Keys family at Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Guys, tired all the time, gaining weight, low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is making it easier to get answers with a comprehensive wellness panel. It's not just a lab test, it's where better performance begins. Our providers will check your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. A $400 value for just $99, or free if you start treatment. Over 120,000 men have trusted Revive to restore their energy, mood, and confidence. So if you're ready to feel better and live stronger, call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Offer ends November 30th. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports 1140. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys.
Yes, it's a Monday like few other. We have so much going on. Kayla with us today, and of course, Jay. Drive Guys getting underway. Did you see this, Kayla? We've got, of course, football tonight. We take you up to Monday Night Football. There's NBA basketball. Kings with a night off to lick their wounds. Then there's, of course, the World Series. There's ice hockey. And I believe there's an MLS game as well somewhere. So it's one of those crazy, everything's going on tonight. Fall convergence nights.
It is wild. We were briefly talking about that before the show. And even with the MLS thing, we had to question it. And then we were like, yeah, they don't even really get an off season anyway. So, yep, that's pretty much on the slate. October is what I love about October is all the sports kind of come together. Mm-hmm. And it just seems like as we're winding down October, there's not one day that you can turn the TV on. You're going to see something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by the way, and I just wanted to verify that because
Cincinnati and Columbus.
Yeah, Kyle or somebody said, I don't know if there's MLS, but
in Minnesota and Seattle. Mm-hmm. You're Look at you, Whitey.
I just read it
MLS.
I am kind of Mr. MLS.
Look at you. I like it. Hey, it's a fun. I'll tell you this much. It's fun to cover. It's a fun sport. I wish they gave more access. The two cities I've been in, Columbus and Nashville, unfortunately, They just didn't give us the access. And we're like, we're trying to help grow your team here in a city that has other teams. They just wouldn't do it.
Kayla, Sacramento has also had issues gaining access to MLS after they formally announced that Sacramento was getting an expansion team. It was announced, big party. Well, we'll get back to you. So anyway.
I know, because I'm surprised you guys had not already had an MLS team. I think it'd be a perfect spot for Sacramento, and I'm not just sucking up to say that. I really do think it would be a good fit, but I've heard the stories of what happened.
It was unfortunate.
Yeah.
But that's the way it goes. I guess you could say that about last night too, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, 127 to 120 Lakers over the Kings. That's the way it goes. Except that there is that free throw disparity. And I know I heard Alan today, and I agree with Alan. Alan played baseball at a high level, as he likes to remind us, almost constantly. And I don't blame him.
Yeah, he's got to.
He was a good player. I looked it up. He's a good player. But he says, look, in baseball, if the umpires they're calling pitches that are balls, if they're calling them strikes, you have to adjust to that. So if the officials are calling it a certain way, you have to adjust to that. I have a friend that played in college. He said, it's like the weather. Officiating is like the weather. If it's cold, you can't control the weather, but you got to wear a sweater. So if the officials are calling it this way, that way, you have to adjust. So maybe the Kings could have adjusted, but still, Kayla, come on. The free throw disparity last night was almost absurd. It was somewhat humorous, except that for the Kings, obviously, it was very painful to see. 46 to 18.
To 18. Not even 20. 46 to
right.
8. At least round it up.
Right.
But no, that's the real number.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin, I'm with you on this. I am never one to make excuses for a loss. I will, first and foremost say, tell it how it is, first and foremost, because if you aren't good defensively or whatever, you kind of know that. But this disparity is something that I can't accept.
Mm-hmm.
And at times during the game yesterday, was starting to get frustrated, not so much for the fact that Sacramento didn't deserve the calls, but they weren't at all equaling it out or trying to equal it out on the other side. But what I was more frustrated with is I don't want to watch a game when they're at the freaking line every 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It completely ruins my viewing of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering why the game was taking so long. And then I thought, well, yeah, duh, Kayla, because they're at the Lakers are at the line every 2 seconds. Plus, there was 4 challenges, coaches' challenges in this game. By the way, all 4 overturned, so the ref's eyes didn't work the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was a little much.
I don't know about flagrant fouls. I think there was one flagrant foul last night, but there were a lot of fragrant fouls because the officiating stunk.
There we go.
There we go.
Get it out there.
It is true that, the Kings shot a lot of threes.
Mm-hmm.
They shot 43 threes, and the Lakers didn't shoot as many. They shot 25. So my point is the Lakers were attacking the basket more than the Kings. So when that's the case, the officiating as far as the free throws, it's not going to be even. But still 46 to 18. It reminded me of, when was it? Remember the Raptors coach? Was it last spring when he went on a rant about how his team got outshot 39 to 13? And guess who the Raptors were playing that
Lakers.
game? The Lakers.
The Lakers.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I mean, my head kind of goes that direction when the Lakers play. And it doesn't matter if LeBron and Luka aren't on the floor. It does not matter. It is still the purple and gold that they love to, I think, favor a little bit. I was listening to DeMar DeRozan after the game, and I feel like he's a pretty honest player, and he'll pretty much tell you, his honest feelings. He was actually in shock, so much so that it took him a while to get out his words.
To process the numbers.
And he kept on going back to the fact that it was 46-18 and 46-18, but he just said it was crazy that, yes, it does deflate your rhythm. It deflates the whole rhythm of the game, but I couldn't help but notice he was sincerely just flabbergasted about the number.
Yep. And Doug Christie was as well after the game, obviously choosing his words very carefully, just said it's wild That's a wild number. I don't know if you can win a game with that kind of free throw disparity going back to when I was a kid. That's wild. That said, it is true the Kings still had an opportunity or two or several to win that game, which they did not do.
Yeah, and we had this discussion a little bit with Alan, but
that doesn't count.
I know it doesn't, because we got a brand new listenership that's on right now. So Austin Reaves, we spoke about him, and it just seemed like one of those situations that if you didn't have LeBron, you didn't have Luka, okay, your focal point is Austin Reaves. We know that he's probably going to be the guy that they're going to
Hey,
count
Austin,
on.
you're Luka tonight, all right?
Yeah.
All right.
Can you play that role? He's like, yeah, at least he said last night against the Kings, yeah, I can. And correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin, being newer here, but this is kind of a thing for the Kings. Like when some of the best players are out for these teams and they should win those games, they don't. Or they let one of those step-up guys.
Right. That's one thing Alan pointed out today. I heard him say, look, when we got word that Luka was out, for a lot of Kings fans, that was uh-oh. But, it should be just the opposite, but it's, oh, no.
Yes.
When the other team comes in here missing a key guy or two or three key guys, bad things happen. Jay, were you in the building last evening, sir?
No, didn't attend it. I was doing some other things, but
a lot of Laker fans there, as I'm sure you would expect. A lot of Laker fans. A lot of Austin Reaves fans there last night.
I didn't even know Austin Reaves had that many fans.
I know.
Right?
I'm not even going to lie. I ran into somebody, and the name or whatever situation I was, it doesn't peek to my top of my mind. And someone was like, oh, yeah, man, I like Austin Reaves. And you know me, I literally stopped and thought, you like Austin Reaves? You're really admitting that you're an Austin Reaves fan. Normally Jay, speaking in third person, would kick something back. I just said, hey, man, more power to you.
Do you?
Respect. But yeah, the Lakers fans were deep. I'll say this, and let me just put out a PSA to everybody. Stop hitting me when you're a Laker fan and you want some tickets to go see the Kings game because the Lakers are here. I'm never going to give you no tickets.
That's
never going to happen.
That's not a veteran.
No,
play.
Absolutely.
Nope.
But I say that in the form of a lot of Laker fans were there last night, and you could hear it right at the end of the game, right? You would hear the chants.
Yep.
Let's go Lakers. And that's not the first time that's ever happened.
Sacramento, they tried to battle back there as the game was clearly out of reach. And
tough.
Austin Reaves' teammates mobbed him at center court.
Man, what is this, high school?
That's what I'm saying.
It's game 4 for them, I believe, 5 for them. And they're jumping around like House of Pain.
Well, it was a fitty burger, though. I mean, it was. And one thing I don't want to say anything on his behalf or on behalf of the Lakers, but it's a fact. The Lakers were handed many opportunities by the officials, and they did take advantage of them. They have 46 free throws, and they made 41 of them. And he,
20-something,
who shall not be named, was 21 of 22.
Yeah, so 20 of his points came or 21, excuse me, of his points came at the line. And again, he was at the line and he hit him.
Yeah.
And, I know Sacramento's still struggling a little bit when they do go to the line, even hitting those,
That's true.
in
12
terms of their free throws.
They had 18, they only made 12 of them.
It's not good enough.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
The 2-3 things jumping on the free throw money is, first of all, Austin Reaves shot as many free throw attempts as he did field goal attempts, 22 apiece. He had 21 to 22, as you guys have talked about, free throw wise. The Kings missed more free throws than the damn Lakers did. And they won 41 of 46, as you said, Kings won 12 of 18.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have no clue how you can. It got to the point, and I don't know if you guys did this because maybe I was just solo dolo and thinking about it alone. I know 46 is nowhere near close to the number. When you got Wilt Chamberlain and guys like that, pretty sure those guys, the first thing popped in my mind is, those dudes probably done shot 50 free throw attempts before.
Shaq shot 39 in one game of the finals once.
Yes. So I go back and I look at it.
He made seven. But
right.
True.
I go back and I look at it and I'm like, well, what's the most attempts of free throws by a team? Then I had to look at it as far as how many free throws had a single person attempted. And by all means, it's in the 80s, So, but for you to, I say that for the action to even pop into my mind, for me to have to go do that research, that lets you know how astronomical 46 free throws really are.
Sure.
This is a 3-point shooting league. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
All right. You just stated, I think you just said, Kayla, the Kings shot 43 field goal attempts beyond the arc. The Lakers shot more free throw attempts.
That's just nuts. Like that's what's hard in a game like this. Those numbers I can't accept. I can't.
Yeah. And I was just looking up here that incident where the Toronto coach said the officiating was BS and a shame.
He got fined.
That was 2024, January 2024. Yeah, when he was fined $25,000.
So he was trying to be, Coach Doug Christie was trying to be careful, like you said, with his words, not to be hit with what was he hit with, a $25,000 fine or so?
For that game, the Lakers took 36 free throws, 14 by Anthony Davis, and the Raptors took 13. Also, though, the Lakers had 23 in the fourth quarter, while the Raptors had 2. So
that's wild.
Coincidence that it's the Lakers? I mean, one of the reasons the Lakers get calls, one of the reasons we all think we know why they get a lot of calls, LeBron does draw a lot of fouls. AD, when he was there, he drew a lot of fouls. Neither one of them was there last night, obviously, and by quarter, the Lakers had 12 free throws in the first quarter, 9 in the second. They were 9 for 9 in the second quarter, 18 in the third quarter, and then 7 free throws in that fourth quarter. So, yeah, they had more opportunities at the line, but they did a better job of taking advantage of their opportunities. And the Kings still are nowhere near as good as they need to be at the defensive end.
No, and that's what's hard right now is obviously you're out still, Keegan Murray, right? You have Domantas Sabonis back, who, by the way, I still don't think is 100%, because I do think he just wants to get back and play, and he's got that hamstring that he sat out that first game. I don't think he's 100% back.
And he had 5 fouls last night, too, so he had to sit because of that.
And so they were really changing. Doug Christie was really having to change up the lineup so much last night because of the fouls and because of players in foul trouble, that there was really no consistency with that either. And I thought in that game against Utah, the defense, I was impressed. I thought they played good defense, especially at the very end when it counted.
Yeah, Schroeder was all over Keontae George.
But I thought overall the defense was pretty good. At least what's the word I'm looking for? The effort on defense. This was not great. I know it's hard. You've got to pick your poison in terms of how you're going to play. I feel like they were playing aggressive, but it obviously was getting them into trouble. And they just, just never were able to really fix that.
I noticed early on, I know we mentioned this with Alan, that the Lakers made 11 of the first 14, and there was a timeout. So, you look at the numbers like, whoa, they're 11 of 14. So how did Doug Christie respond to that? He brought in Dylan Cardwell.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting how much he trusts Dylan Cardwell right now to bring the type of things he wants his team to embody.
And you saw that after, was it the shot he made, and then he went and kind
blocked
of like
pumped.
He blocked that shot. And he got the crowd going.
He hulked out.
He did hulk out. And I can see that's the kind of stuff Doug Christie wants to see out of his guys, in defensively especially. Unfortunately, a guy like Keon Ellis, who was in the starting lineup for the Kings yesterday, unfortunately, he got into foul trouble so early, and then he came back and obviously fouled out. So that's another player that you just couldn't see a lot of just because of the fouls.
Yeah, you had, of all the Kings' fouls, they committed 26 fouls, but it was 5 for Domas. Keon had 6 and fouled out. Malik had 4, and Dylan Cardwell had 4.
Yeah.
I will say this. The one King who really, I thought, consistently attacked the basket, maybe too. Schroeder always tries to get to the basket, but Russ really tried to get to the basket, and he shot 6 free throws.
I thought he was great.
Yeah, he only made 2 of them, but he was getting to the line.
He was getting to the line, and I never would have thought he hit the 3 early on. He was 3 for 3.
He was on fire
early on in the 3-point.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he finished 4 of 6 or something.
You are correct.
From 3, which I know Wes is not known for that.
Have
right. Numbers are usually not my thing, you guys, but I guess they're sticking with me with these Kings numbers. But yeah, I was impressed with Wes in terms of yesterday, his offensive, the threes and the points that he finished with. He played a lot of minutes, but I agree. I think defensively he helped him out. There was another situation where I think he had a rebound. I don't know what quarter it was in, and it was a big play. He kind of hopped up. Like, we saw the leaping ability of the 36-year-old. So I thought overall I was impressed by Russell Westbrook. I think I've been more impressed than I thought I would. in.
I think I've told you, I was not huge on the signing. I wasn't that excited about it, but he helped them last night. 18, 6, and 6 on 12 shots. And fans are really responding to everything that he does, the effort.
Yeah.
Fans in the arena are just, So
You need, and right now, Kevin, you kind of need that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You have a 1 and 2 team. You have a lot of questions out there still. They're still trying to get healthy. They don't have Nick Clifford either, who is more so you can help on defense when he gets back. I don't think it's complete yet, and I don't think it will ever be fully complete this year, but I don't think it's fair for us to completely come to a decision 3 games in without 2 players.
Of course not, but that's what we do.
I know.
No, you're absolutely correct. I don't think this is fair. To your point, Craig Sharp says Domas, more like no moss. Band to the Young says Domas is checked out. I'm not. You may be right, Band to the Young, but I'm not seeing that. He's playing hurt a little bit. He was kind of guarding up a little bit last night. 8's a tough cover for him. He didn't get a lot of shots. He wasn't as much a part of the offense, but that's because of the way the offense was flowing. It wasn't like he was just like sulking or anything. And he still picked up 14 rebounds.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, would you rather have him in or out? I'll take in.
Yeah.
And I think I'm still, again, to bring this up, I'm a little cautious that the hammy isn't all the way healed.
You're
and
probably
so
right.
let's give it a little time before we make a judgment on whether he's washed or not.
But to me, that's one of the most interesting aspects of that whole game. The
Yeah.
fact that Domas was not a major part of the offense. He was, for what he, as many shots as he had, he was efficient, but he was not a big part of the offense. He didn't have a lot of assists. He didn't take a lot of shots. They still scored 120 points. So it's not like you go, oh, man, without Domas, the offense
But
fell
they needed
apart.
125, Kevin, if they're going to win these games.
Yeah, they actually did, and they may need 125 going forward. But I just think it's interesting that Domas was not really involved in the offense as much as he typically is. And the offense still, they got up 101 shots last night.
I know.
Yeah.
And at times, especially in that first half, they were fun to watch. I mean, and you look at the statistics in just the first half, obviously we went into the half tied at 62, but they were shooting 47.2 from field, 50% from 3, which they ended, in a good number in terms of 3, and they were out rebounding the Lakers 22-18. I think they finished in terms of rebounds I think it was 47-40. They were out rebounded.
That's great, but not terrible.
Bad. It's not as bad as I think we're used to them getting, dominated on the boards.
But Kayla, we can't tell you how many times we've sat here the last couple of years and looked at the 3-point numbers and said, wow, the Kings got destroyed there. Last night, they were, to your point, 42% to only 32% for the Lakers. The Kings made 18 threes. The Lakers made 8, and the Kings still lost.
And that's what's hard to swallow, right? That's the pill that's hard to swallow. And I get why this morning fans are waking up, and you're clearly mad about the fouls, because my mind was boggled about that whole situation. But more so are you kidding me? We shoot that from 3 in our own building where other people usually come in and do that.
We were just talking about that Friday, right? The 3 of us. Yeah, home court.
Home court. And then you can't get it done. It's frustrating.
Jay, I'm sure you noticed 49ers couldn't get it done yesterday either.
Yeah, it was a terrible day for Northern California sports for the most part.
I regret last week telling you that I smelled something I thought it was a win.
It was okay, man.
Something else I smelled.
The wind's been blowing, the rain came this weekend, so maybe you're just smelling some something a little different, a different aroma in the air. It's okay. It happens, man.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
The 49ers just kind of sleptwalk.
Yeah, they did. They did. It was, it was one of those typical West Coast to the Midwest, South, East Coast type performances.
They got to go all the way back east next week.
Yeah, very true. We'll see how it pans out. I mean, yet again, injuries play a huge part in what this team is going to do. Right. You look at the way they lost. You talk about the game. But it's almost as much as we want to talk about and break down. I'm sitting here listening to you guys on the other side of the glass, and I'm hearing all these damn numbers be thrown around. Fact of the matter is they lost. They took a L, meaning the Kings, and the free throw conversation is probably going to be key number 1, right? And so with that being said, jumping to the 49ers, when you really look at the game, you look how they lost, but then you look at D. Winters and Jordan Elliott and so on and so forth, and then you take a look at it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys were the backups already.
Yeah.
Center, quarterback, wide receivers with a whole mixture of new guys over that way. It's just, you can't go out and do what you need to do when you're looking around and out of the 11 on either side, you're playing with 5 of the guys that you wanted to really strap up. It's just not, you can't go out and beat teams. I don't care if it's the Texans. I don't care if you got to, travel from San Francisco to Santa Clara or Santa Clara to San Jose. If you don't have your guys that you want to go to battle with, you're just not going to be a good team. And that's just what it really is.
And I don't think we talked enough, or I don't think anybody talked enough about how much Bryce Huff's absence was going to mean. When Bosa went down, oh, it's terrible. Yeah. And a number of stars went down, oh, it's terrible. Well, he's been playing really well for them.
Yeah.
And so they missed him. But the other side of that coin to me, Jay, I agree with everything you said, but we can't ignore the fact that the offensive line is terrible right now.
Well, it was right now. When were they ever good?
Well, it didn't matter as much when they're winning.
Week 3, right. But those are the things. We consistently say in sports, winning cures everything.
Yeah.
So as soon as you take a loss, now all of a sudden, just like we're talking about the Kings, they don't have a front court and I don't want this. Well, we knew all of that coming in. Mm-hmm. So what are we masking the fact that they took a loss for last night anyway? We know they were deficient in many of these avenues, as you talked about. Well, they got to play better defense. We knew they was deficient.
I know.
Yeah.
You've been screaming that for 2 years.
Yeah.
So the obvious is the obvious, and that's why I kick it back to when it comes to the 49ers is, the O-line has been atrocious since day one.
But they don't seem, either they don't want to admit that or they don't want to admit it to themselves.
Well, no matter if you want to live in the blind, whatever, as my mother always told me, was done in the dark comes to light, right?
But that's what the 49ers, at their worst under Kyle Shanahan, when they get a little scheme arrogant about certain things, and they tend to, we saw it with their kicker, we've seen it with special teams.
He's
and they
stubborn.
Just kind of,
he's
that's
stubborn.
a better word.
Say the least.
Yes.
That's when you have an ego like that. And Mike Vrabel was like that.
Yeah.
And he's still like that.
Mm-hmm.
When you get an ego like that, when it works, it works. And it works for the 49ers because they're well put together from the top to the bottom. But when it starts to slip and things kind of go out of your hands, it can get a little dicey, and you have to not be stubborn all the time. And with this offensive line, like you guys just mentioned, at some point it's really going to start showing, I think, if they don't try to fix it for the future. And you did get exposed because you went to Houston, which, by the way, we harped on Houston offense being dog doo-doo. CJ Stroud wasn't dog doo-doo yesterday because they don't have a great offensive line. But guess what they do have? They have a really good defensive line. And Will Anderson really put the pressure on.
Up front
I think only 2 sacks for Mac Jones, but he was pressured a lot in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
I agree with you guys. I think at some point you have to start addressing the line because that's what makes everything work.
Yeah, and I think they're also going to have to address the pass rush here at the
D-line.
Oh my gosh!
They really, if they want to do anything this year, they have to. They have to.
They're losing. I think in that game they lost 2 more D-tackle. I think Jordan Elliott went down. I never can pronounce Sam Okwuonu.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just nothing like that.
I mean, that didn't look good.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then D. Winters got a little banged up.
Yeah.
I know he's not
Okwuonu is the guy that
but
apparently Robert Saleh said, "Oh, we have enough in house. We're gonna let him loose," and he just doesn't really do anything. And unfortunately, he got hurt. But before he got hurt, when we come back, Zach Levine says the Kings beat themselves again. What's that about? Next, Kayla's with us today. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss. Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I'm a plumber and needed to get work in the door.
So business was going down the drain?
Yeah, I went to Staples. They printed yard signs, business cards, even flyers to leave at supply stores.
But at what cost, man?
Well, I saved $125 on my order, and now I'm booked solid. Boom!
Back at ya. For your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. Valid in-store and online. Ends 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The statewide special election is November 4th. Vote centers open October 25th. Remember to vote early and avoid the lines. Learn more at elections.saccounty.gov or call toll-free 800-762-8019.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
When the chill in the air sends shivers down your spine, don't let your home turn into a haunted house. Keep things cozy and safe with Maverick Electric, your local family-owned team you can trust. Maverick Electric cares about the families they serve because they're part of this community too. So before the real chill sets in, schedule your seasonal tune-up. Visit MaverickElectricalServices.com and let their family keep yours warm and beautiful this Halloween season.
.46, you said? I mean, we got to play defense without fouling, obviously. But there are 2 teams on the floor. So, it's wild. It's wild. It's wild.
There's always more Kings talk to discuss.
And we got you covered. It's the Drive Guys.
Doug Christie post-game, choosing his words very carefully. That's wild. That's wild. You know, you could make the case that he should have just gone all in. Like, what? That's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Right?
Yeah, but I understand.
It sounded like on one of my favorite rap albums, like one of the many, like the Preludes, and because Jay had the music going.
Oh, definitely.
And
yeah.
it's like it's when they talk. And then it goes into the music.
Definitely. That was very well done.
That's kind of what it sounded like. So Doug Christie, maybe he can land himself on one of these albums.
And the music was perfect.
I thought it was great. That was very well done, Jay.
Yeah. Now, it would have been nice. Let's see. What are they practicing today? I mean, it'll be interesting to see what he has to say today before the game tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after he's had time to think about what exactly he wants to say.
I heard someone earlier on the Alan Stiles show. I don't know if it was you, Kyle, because I know you're still back there, or Alan, but saying that he did sound kind of worn out. And I said, I'm thinking to myself, wouldn't you be worn out after that? Seeing that loss?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd be ready for bed.
Mm-hmm. Now, that said, somebody here said, and I apologize because I lost the name of who said, I think it was Banta, said, I was like a 2002 vibe in the arena last night. Nah, I don't think so. Do you, Jay? I mean, I understand.
Nah.
There's always weird vibe when you're playing the Lakers anyway, or an exciting vibe. And then anytime the Lakers beat the Kings and there's some iffy officiating, you kind of feel those echoes. But a 2002 vibe?
Yeah. No. First of all, 2002, there would have been like 10 Lakers fans in the whole building. Because they ain't no way everybody was rocking Kings. They were the Beatles, man, at that time. Wasn't nobody Lakers. Come on, get out.
But I see he's just saying, hey, that kind of was
about the loss
reminiscent
and foul.
of,
I get it. I understand that part. Mm-hmm. Don't bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
Why we got to bring that up?
Oh, because I thought it was interesting. We're all dealing with this in
You
different
always
ways.
like to go to that 2002 squad and what's going on.
Where were you in 2002?
Right.
Zach Levine says, I don't think that there's been a game this season where we really felt like we got beat. I feel like we've made mistakes and beat ourselves. And he also said, I don't like to blame the officials. I don't like to blame the officials.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him. Taking full responsibility. By the way, Levine's been awesome.
Yep.
Like, to start the season. And I don't think anyone's shocked by that. But he's even been good defensively. And I think Doug Christie actually pointed that out as well, saying, yeah, we know what he is in terms of an offensive player, but I'm getting what I need out of him defensively. You know, it'll maybe even get better, but at least what he's asking, he's delivering. But he's not wrong. Taking full responsibility, that's the right thing to do. You can be questionable about the calls, and like DeMar DeRozan was, being like, what exactly was this? Because that's fair too. But I liked the response by Levine. And I do believe he's right on saying we think we were close. They have been. There's not been a game this year yet in the regular season where I've been like, they're out. They're done.
Oh, yeah, they've all been very entertaining games.
Mm-hmm.
And I
They've
know we
been
haven't
different.
liked the outcome of two of them. Two of them have been, kind of been in your spleen a little bit there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they've been exciting. And I'll bet you that's one of the things Doug Christie struggled with. Clearly there he's trying to figure out what exactly should I say. He made his point, but you don't want to paint yourself as a victim when you're already trying to establish what you're about. Mm-hmm. And when you're about a winning attitude and you're about being the aggressors, you don't want to come out and be victims. So, I appreciate that from Zach Levine and from Coach Christie. As soon as you start whining, there's something you've already lost there at that point.
And it's early on in the season.
Yeah.
They're about to go on a road trip where I think they need to continue to have this mentality of like, we can still win these games. We just have to stop making mistakes. I know the competition is much harder as they go out on the road here for the next week or so, but that's not going to help them to be woe is me. Mm-hmm. And I actually like that attitude that seems like they're taking that, as you said, like Doug Christie is kind of saying.
Yeah, and let's be honest here. I know a number of people are mentioning this in the YouTube chat.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we wouldn't be honest, but let's go ahead and dive into the whole issue of what has happened in the NBA in the last week. Whenever we see anything with officiating that looks a little iffy, now more than ever, people are going to start to say, yeah, see, well, I knew none of it's on the up and up, which is just bad for the league.
It's not a good look. And I don't think it's a good look, especially this is where the frustration kind of becomes real for teams against the Lakers, because the Lakers are looked at as one of the golden childs of the NBA. Mm-hmm. Let's all admit that, whether we want to or not. And so when you see something like this happen, amidst all this stuff that's going on with the betting and all the things that happen with, Chauncey Billups up there in Portland and everything. Right now, there are eyes on the league more than anything, and not in a great way. Right. And so even when you see a game like this where, who cares, it's Sacramento playing the Lakers. Yeah, but then when you see a discrepancy like that in terms of free throws,
it feeds into all of that.
It does feed into it. It does. Yeah. Whether that's right or wrong, it does feed into it, and that's what people, they keep gathering up these things that start making them assume that the league is rigged, which it's not. But this doesn't help with little things.
ESPN has obtained a league memo that went out. They obtained it today. The NBA is reassessing its measures on legal sports betting, how it should be regulated, what types of bets should be allowed, and the best ways to protect players from the quote, dire risks that gambling can impose upon their careers and livelihoods, end quote. And this memo was sent to all 30 teams 4 days after Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups were indicted as part of that federal investigation into gambling schemes involving sports betting and poker. Yeah, and just to be clear, as Kayla said, we're not sitting here saying, well, that's proof of it last time what you saw. But when you've got people already talking about, some of this doesn't seem like it's on a level, then you have a free throw disparity. Mm-hmm. It's just the league's got a tough situation right now. Right.
And we all have our criticism of refs. They're not perfect, but at a time like this early on in the season when all this is dropped, including that memo to me is like a oopsie. Well, we got to do something. We got to say something to make it look like we're doing.
We're going to leak this to ESPN so they can tell everyone that we're really concerned.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? We don't know.
No, we have no clue. We have no clue. Well, maybe tell some of your roughing crews to not have as big of a disparity, at least with one of the top golden child teams playing a team that's not, highly looked upon in the league.
Is it possible that game was properly officiated? That the free throw, free throw disparity
I need you to let you finish.
Reflected what really happened in the game?
No. I'm like Doug. No. Mm-hmm. I don't need.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yep, and I think also for the fact, you guys, that I don't know. Obviously, the Kings want to play defense a certain way, and they're going to be aggressive. And early on, I think they were trying to see, can we play this way, but then can we get the calls the other way? And I really do feel like at some point they thought they would get some calls the other way. And that is the problem I have with this, is that if you're going to call it on the Kings, then you've got to start giving them calls as well. I thought even at the end, and you can say what you want about this, was it Schroeder, the push-off? They didn't call the foul. I don't know who it was on. Was it? I can't even remember who pushed off. I think it was Reaves.
Yeah.
And even in a situation like that, I know it's garbage time down the minute, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't know. I think you could have called that because you're calling things on the Kings all night long.
And the most hilarious thing, if I'm not mistaken, late in the game, it was already pretty much out of reach, but the Kings were trying to foul, and they didn't call it. So they're calling foul. When they want to foul, when they need to foul, there's no whistle.
They weren't calling it.
Yeah.
So I say it's hard to just completely overlook that. And again, I'm not one for blaming things on the refs in any sport, but this, I seriously throughout the game, I'm like, what is going on? This is bizarre.
And those are good officials. I really don't know Mitchell Irvin one way or the other, but Leon Wood has been an official forever. I remember when he played. Kevin Scott's a very good official. So,
where they just whistle, they were going to this game and they're like, you know what? We're going to blow our whistles, but we're just going to blow it for the Lakers.
I think that's because the Lakers were more aggressive going to the basket. They got the benefit of some whistles. That's, fairly or unfairly, that happens. And then I think some of the Kings that were called for fouls, the youngster Dylan Cardwell has no reputation right now.
No.
And he will, but he has none. And I don't even think Keon really has a reputation. So officials are more likely to call fouls on guys like that.
It's a good explanation.
Yeah, and again, I'm not saying, see, it was okay. I'm just trying to figure out how did they do that? Yeah.
It's a good explanation. And, even could we imagine if Luka and LeBron were playing? Because, and you've talked about LeBron, but Luka does it too. Luka is in the ref's ears.
Yes.
Well, what about that? Why didn't I get that call?
They would have shot 90 free throws.
I think so. We would have broke the record right here in Sacramento. Thank goodness that didn't happen.
1-2, though, with competitive games. And I know we got a lot of people saying, look, the team's terrible. Why don't you just say the team's terrible?
I honestly can't say that yet 3 games in. I think that they're inconsistent. They're missing 2 of their decent play. I mean, the one's the rookie, Nick Clifford. But Keegan Murray, we know what he is.
Well, at the risk of making an excuse, I don't mean to make an excuse, but it's a fact. You lose Keegan, and that's like, you're already thin there at that spot. And to lose him really, really hurts and puts you behind the 8 ball. Now, that's your fault because you should have been in better shape and had more depth at that position. But the fact is he goes out, and Domas with the hamstring, although they should have won that game at Phoenix. So, I don't know. We'll see how they fare this week. The schedule just gets really tough. Halloween is scary, right? Woo! Not as scary as the Kings' upcoming schedule. It's flat out terrifying.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got Oklahoma City, Denver on the road, and then you come back here, you've got the Golden State Warriors coming in to Sacramento, and right now they look pretty good, decent, even though they're an older team. So we'll see.
Yeah. The game's been entertaining. They really have been.
They have been. They really, but
Yeah.
I get it. I get it, you guys. You guys have been dealing with this crap for a long time in terms of not having wins consistently and dealing with a lot of the same problems too. I get that. That's draining on any fan.
Yeah.
But I don't know yet if we fully know what we have exactly yet.
And the vibe in the building is a little odd, and I wasn't out
Is
there.
it?
I was only out there Friday briefly before the game started. I know you were out there, Jay. We'll have to compare notes on that. Am I imagining something, or are things just, is it a little odd? Also, when we come back, tell you what the 49ers need to do. It's clear what they need to do, but they're running out of time to do it. That's next. Jay, Whitey, and Kayla today, Sactown Sports.
The Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, athletics, and Republic FC with the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SactownSports.com to join.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heat and Air. Right now, breaking news, they're upgrading their offering to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy Home Pros. You hear me talk about them as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement, and now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free, and they'll give you a second opinion and almost certainly save you money. Oh, but wait, there's more. With winter coming up, how about a free furnace special? With full system installation, you're getting a free furnace, not a discounted furnace, a free furnace, and up to $4,000 in rebates while that funding lasts. So get there right now, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents it's local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
The greatest show on dirt returns to Stockton Dirt Track. October 31st and November 1st. It's the 42nd annual tribute to Gary Patterson. 2 nights of all-out racing to the finish, crowning the 2025 champions on dirt. Tickets now at StocktonDirtTrack.com.
Your night out deserves more than the ordinary. At Revival at the Sawyer, downtown Sacramento's rooftop oasis, you'll find signature beverages, chef-crafted bites, and a view that makes every moment shine. Kick off your evening in style or wrap it up with energy, because Revival isn't just a stop, it's the heartbeat of the night. Revival, the place to see and be seen. Settle into lush indoor-outdoor seating, take in the sounds of live DJs, and to let the city energy carry you into the night. Book your reservation at RevivalSacramento.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
We're taking you up to Monday Night Football. I got to say, yesterday, whatever it was that those Texans were wearing, those were terrible uniforms. whatever it was that the Steelers were wearing last night. Awful uniforms. But the Eagles throwbacks almost made up for it. They're so awesome.
Not only the Eagles throwbacks, which are beautiful, the Kelly Green, but Denver's throwbacks. Mwah, chef's kiss. They did almost make up for it. I thought it was funny. I think you had tweeted out that Houston's uniforms that they debuted last year, I believe, look like XFL.
Yeah.
And they are arena. And they really do. It's something that just doesn't look good.
The third grader who designed that logo should be really proud of himself.
They really should be.
He did a nice job.
One day could be, featured in some big gallery, but for the NFL, it just doesn't work.
Right.
But it helped them, I guess, maybe.
They overcame that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. You have a couple football notes for us, do you not?
Yes, I do. So let's start out with somebody that most of you guys know here in Sacramento, Cam Skattebo, the running back now for the New York Giants, who unfortunately last night had a dislocated ankle. And I do not recommend anybody go watch the video.
I have not seen it.
I know, but if you watched it live like I did, it was not great. And you knew that it was pretty much probably a surgery situation.
I know some people today have been asking that question. Do we really need to show those things?
No, you don't. And sometimes I know they don't mean to, and it happens in the moment, like Nick Chubb when he did that to his knee a couple years ago. It's unfortunate. But the good news on Skattebo is he tweeted out just really recently in the last 47 minutes. He said, "Thank you everyone for the support. The surgery went well. I just want to thank the city of Philly, by the way, because they were in Philly. He had to have the surgery in Philadelphia." He said, "They took care of me every moment I spent in the hospital with friends and family. Felt loved and supported in every way. Thank you to the doctors, surgeons, and staff," and pretty much saying it's just a little kink in the armor, and I'll be, I'll be back. So Cam Skattebo, yeah, I love what that guy stands for, and I know he just goes out there and obviously throws his body on the line, and it, caught up to him in that moment, unfortunately. But I do think he can still have success in the league. He's a heck of a player. As for another note, guys, Vikings quarterback Carson Wentz, remember watching him last week? Or this past week?
He was not feeling tip-top.
No, I think that was Thursday night.
Was a little, yeah.
He looked in pain.
Yes.
The whole entire time. Well, guess what? He is undergoing surgery on his left shoulder, and he is going to miss the rest of the 2025 season. So, J.J. McCarthy, it's yours. Handing over the ring, the reins are yours. So, got to do something at this point because they don't really have much more behind him.
Vikings are 3-4, which puts them 12th right now in the NFC in the jumble bucket. I thought they'd be right in the thick of the jumble bucket.
I did too.
They're trying to get in the bucket. They're not even in the bucket right now.
I know. Didn't we all have this conversation, Jay and Kevin, last week, or on Friday, I should say? We were like, could they still be in the mix? And they could be. Kevin O'Connell is a good coach, and if he can get something out of the young J.J. McCarthy, the defense is pretty decent, but it's just hard to climb your way out sometimes of a mess like that. And plus, J.J. is still learning on the job.
The difference to me right now, looking at the NFC and the AFC, is this. The AFC still has some potentially really good teams that are on the outside of the playoff picture looking in right now, led, of course, by the Chiefs. And I know they play tonight, but they're 4-3. They're 8th right now. The Texans, great defensively. They're 9th. Then you also have you can't give up completely on the Ravens, believe it or not. And whether you do or not, they were certainly expected to do a lot. They're 12th. But in the NFC, the teams that were supposed to be there are pretty much there, other than maybe the Vikings. Packers 1, Eagles 2, Buccaneers 3, Seahawks 4, Lions 5, Rams 6, and 49ers 7.
Yeah, that's exactly what you thought. So it's really the AFC that's the one that's surprising people.
Commanders,
in terms of the teams.
Commanders, and that's another team that I thought would get in, and maybe they can. Of course, they're playing the Chiefs tonight. But the 49ers, they have a legitimate chance to make the playoffs because even if they don't remedy some of the things that are currently ailing them, the teams behind them are probably not going to win a lot of games.
No. I mean, that's the whole thing with the Niners. If you're Kyle Shanahan, if you're, John Lynch, you pretty much have to say, hey, can we think about doing a trade at this point to get some help?
That's what they need to do, but they're running out of time to do it.
November 4th is the trade deadline. And so that is coming up, guys. It's almost the end of October. That is coming up fairly quickly. I have not heard any rumblings, but I do think that they're probably this week putting their heads to the ground and thinking we got to come up with some sort of a plan because we don't want to just fold. Like
and you've got that easy schedule.
I know. And
no offense to your Titans.
No.
Your beloved Titans.
Well, they're technically not my Titans because I'm a Seahawks fan, but being there for 8 years, you embrace them. Kevin, that place is a mess in its own right. So I said, bless you. I'm not there anymore. I'll root for you, Cam Ward, but other than that.
One of 3 1-7 teams now after the Jets somehow, some way bonked the Bengals yesterday.
The Jets who...
Jay's shaking his head at that one.
That was wild in terms of Breece Hall, I think, throwing a touchdown pass in that one. Like that's the way, I guess you... And that's a week after Johnson, the owner of the Jets, is it... what is it? What's Woody Johnson's? Yeah. Thank you.
There's a snake in my boot.
There's a snake in my boot. Woody Johnson pretty much told Justin Fields that he was garbage in a roundabout way.
Alex Smith, he was on a podcast or a show or something. The great Alex Smith. He said that was cowardly of the owner to do that.
I thought so. I don't think you should. No matter what your thoughts are on the quarterback at that time when you're in the middle of a season, Justin Fields. A good young man, and I know the talent is questionable in terms of can he really be that guy. You don't do that to your quarterback in the middle of the season when he's going out there every day and fighting to win games. I'm sorry, that's garbage.
But I have to ask you this. As someone who may or may not have had a Bengals blanket on his bed at one time or another, how do the Bengals, and I know they've got their own issues, how do you blow a 14-point lead against a team that hadn't won a game in the fourth quarter? How does that happen?
I think they're that bad too. Kevin, that's why. And I think Zach Taylor better. I don't care if Joe Burrow is playing or not right now. I think Zach Taylor, there's going to start being talked. Those Cincinnati fans, did you hear him at the end of the game?
I did not.
Woof. Not happy.
I'm guessing it wasn't pretty.
Was not. So, welcome to the jungle.
Jay, are the 49ers going to make a move? A splashy move?
Not splashy. They'll make one, though.
Bring in a pass rusher or
They'll
two?
do something. They'll do because Matt Mayoko, Matt Barrows, the suspects have already said they've been on the phone calling and asking. They'll make a call. I don't know what splashy means, but I think they'll make a call to see if they can get into the playoffs and see how it shakes out.
For
I don't think there's going to be anything where it's like, oh, man, you went and got who?
Yeah, splashy is like, Max Crosby or Trey Hendricks.
Nah, I don't even think Max Crosby even leaves Las Vegas.
Right, but that'd be splashy. But
that'd be fun.
I don't think that happens. I think you rarely see that happen in NFL, especially during the season, too. Like, Max Crosby's just don't get traded during the season. Rarely happens. I know Michael Parsons and Jerry Jones and this stupidity happened this year, but you rarely see that happen.
I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, according to Jerry, they're not one defensive player away. So,
are you worried about Michael Williams?
Oh.
He hasn't done nothing, Jay.
Nah, not yet.
They need him. You need him. We need him to do something.
Yeah, but I mean, Whitey, the dude's fresh out of college.
I don't care.
Well, you should.
To win the game.
You should.
Yeah.
I think your expectations are a little bit off, and I think you have to adjust them. I truly believe if you came into the season, not just broken record. Here we go. If you came into the season expecting Mykel Williams to put up double-digit sacks, and the 49ers to be out here stepping on everybody's throat, I just think you were completely off.
However, and these are numbers, week to week sack totals for the 49ers, game by game. 1, 3.
Yep.
1.
Yeah.
None. 1. 1, 2. None.
0.
Total of 9.
Yeah. Now that's terrible.
The only team with fewer is Jacksonville, and they've only played 7 games.
You're right. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That part of it is completely I'm not making excuses for Mykel Williams because, as you said, you got to get out there and do it. But I'll consistently say, you're 5-3, so he's 8 games in. He's not even halfway down the mark, and we're expecting this guy to come out and lead a defensive line? You're out your mind. No one really does that. It's not Reggie White.
Fair to expect him to get a little more pressure on the quarterback.
Okay.
And he's got time to do that.
I think you would expect it to do that if Nick Bosa was there, if Yator Gross-Matos was there, if Jordan Elliott was there, if Kalia Davis, who didn't miss 2 games, was there, Fred Warner was there, if Dave Winters was there, and I can continuously go on. I think if you he's a piece in the cog, but he's not the whole cog himself.
But obviously because of those injuries, you need him to improve faster. Maybe that's not fair, but that's what they need.
Agree.
When we come back, questionable whistles aside, the Kings did have a chance to beat the Lakers. Kayla's with us today, Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? Sunpoint Public Adjusters can help. Sunpoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call Sunpoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Febreze. It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now, all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades. Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Hey, at Total Wine & More, you'll love what you find this Halloween.
Me thirsty.
Oh, hey Frankenstein. Did you enjoy that Cabernet?
Oh, good. Want margarita?
Well, all the villagers are raving about this tequila.
Ooh.
And we have it at the lowest price in town.
Economical.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140.
Nothing on that beat. Nope.
Going to do it. Kings have to foul, and it's Reaves who's going to have a chance for a 50-point ball game as he'll be going to the free throw line with 23 seconds to go in this one.
The Drive, powering your afternoons
Henry,
Monday
in the
through
first
Friday
week
on
of the
Sactown
NBA season.
Sports.
So last night at the Kings game, they had something. I think this is new. I don't know if they did it Friday, called King Aroki, which is like karaoke. King-a-oki. And so they played a song, and then they showed fans, and the fans would sing the song.
Oh, okay. I kind of like that, but you can't hear them.
Well, yeah, because they had the actual song playing, so that's why it wasn't really karaoke. But anyway, they played "Living on a Prayer." Bon Jovi. So I was thinking the game last night, and I was living at the line. The Lakers were living at the foul line.
Perfect.
Living at the line.
So you would have pretty much changed the word if they went to you on the big screen.
Yeah,
and you would have made up your own words.
Yes.
But they were living on a prayer too in the fourth.
We're going to be fine. Oh, living at the line.
I like it.
Second quarter, we'll go 9 for 9. Living at the line. So
This is, I think we should make this platinum.
Yes.
And then, by the way, Doug can do the prelude to it.
Wow. That was good. Yeah. Before we get back to the Kings, I want to mention something here, in all fairness to Jay, because we were just talking about Mikael Williams. And I saw this, Jay. After we talked, I just saw this. Per Pro Football Focus, Mikael Williams has 8 run stops that resulted in a negative play for the offense. He's doing very well stopping the run. 8 run stops leads all rookies, while his run stop rate is 4th among rookies with at least run with.
Is this a thing?
Some of it is. Yeah, I got bogged down in the numbers. I think there's a typo in here, but he has played very well against the run, so he has contributed. They just need him, fairly run fairly, to have more of a presence when it comes to putting some pressure on the quarterback, because they're getting none.
You know what else is crazy? I just
shaking
realized this. He's shaking you off.
Yeah. They need it, Jay. Whether they need it from him, from anybody who can deliver it right now.
They also need interceptions. They got their first interception
and then they didn't
in
know what to
14
do.
games at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
That was wild. I couldn't believe that, you guys, that it had been 14 games.
Yeah, it was crazy. It took them forever to get their first rushing touchdown, too.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't normally have a team, as we all know, that takes forever to get their first rushing touchdown and 7 games to get their first interception with a winning record.
But it just goes to show you how good this team is still put together and ran, because they're not 0-7 or whatever it is. And if this were other teams in the league, Titans.
Your Titans.
They would be. Is there a negative wins you could be in a season? Because that's what they'd be. I'm telling you, though, that is what's.
Boy, we can say not too high on Tennessee Titans over there, Kayla.
Like I said, I'm a Cam Ward fan. I'll root for Cam, but it's a disaster. So
They just traded a corner. Kayla was telling me this today. I saw it, but obviously she has all the background. They traded a starting corner to the Rams, which is bad for the 49ers.
Yes, it is.
For a conditional 5th or 6th round pick. That's what the Titans get?
Yeah.
Why?
And they already traded their other starting corner 2 games in for a 6th rounder.
Jay, did you hear that? The Rams just got a starting corner for a conditional 5th or 6th round pick.
That's the way the NFL goes there, Mr. Gleason.
Well, why would you do that now? And he's young.
Roger McCreary.
He's pretty young.
Yes.
McCreary, yeah. He's a good player, too.
Uh-huh.
He's a good little player.
You know, sometimes in sports, and we're very familiar with it here, a team will do something, and you'll try to figure out, what's the reason? Well, this is the reason. Oh, well, that's not a good reason. No, but they think it is. But in this case, it's like, what is the reason? I got nothing.
You have nothing. I just don't think.
What's he making?
Oh, God.
He making some big coin?
Not really. No. Because he wasn't even on his second contract. So he was on his rookie contract. Which is wild.
Yeah, it is wild. It's wild. By the way, Jay Williams is second on the team with 14 pressures. So,
you out here besmirching his name.
We need more.
Jay's like, you will not, to my boy Williams.
You besmirching the young fella's name.
Fair. Like I said, I'm being fair here, but yeah, they need a little more.
From everyone. From absolutely everyone. And the fact of the matter is because you're the person that got drafted, you're going to get the finger pointed at you. Truly, truly, truly. There's a bunch of other guys on that line that we need more. The same thing you just said is we need more. Unfortunately, you got drafted first. You got drafted in the first round, and you're going to have the spotlight shine on you. When it's really all said and done, it's a lot of other guys who, unfortunately, the availability is just not there.
It's going to get to the point, Jay, where on the defensive line, the next man up is going to be Pinheiro.
Right.
You know, it's got Eddie. I'm not a lineman. I know. Next man up.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
It's you.
Can you play corner?
Yeah. McCaffrey, 2 ways.
Yeah.
You got to go 2 ways.
It is getting to that point. It feels that way.
Yeah.
And as quick as you get a guy like Jordan Watkins, who wasn't, no one's expecting that much from Jordan Watkins, but you get him back and then all of a sudden you lose 3. So you're getting 1 for every 3, 1 for every 4.
Yeah.
Just a fair exchange, no robbery here, you know? So I really don't know what the 49ers are going to do, but I do believe they'll do something. As you put it, Whitey, I'm not sure it's splashy. I would be blown out of my socks if they do something splashy, but I do expect them to pad their stats. They need some healthy bodies.
Yeah.
They truly do.
Is Pearsall coming back, Jay? Like, what's the update on him? Because I feel like they could use him as a deep threat right now.
Yeah, we had heard from the beginning a couple of weeks, and a couple of weeks is what? to each person's discretion?
Brock will be back at the same time. The thing about Brock with a turf toe, the turf at Meadowlands is notoriously bad.
Oh,
so
I've heard that.
49ers hate it. Playing there. They've talked about it so much playing there.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
So I don't know if you want to bring Brock back this week. Because that's the type of thing he's not going to be, hey, it's all better. Right?
True.
I mean, not till, 4th of July or something.
You mean to tell me you got to wait a whole nother year?
It'll be a while. He's going to be feeling it.
Yeah, that turf toe is nothing to play with. It is taking people, and we know, turfs back then where you were playing on concrete and carpet.
Yeah.
So it's a little different now. But yeah, turf toe is nothing to play with.
Yeah,
it truly is.
I think they had one of the worst, if not the absolute worst, artificial turf at Candlestick. This was like in the 70s before they put grass in, and it basically was like concrete and then just a rug over it.
That's insane.
Padding.
Yeah. Maybe a little padding.
Yeah. Goodness. Down in Houston, it was bad too, I guess.
In the dome?
Oh, the dome,
Yeah.
Astrodome.
The Astrodome,
Yeah, my freshman year, the dome was still up, and we had an opportunity to go in and play there for
Really?
a quick little scrimmage. Yeah.
Okay.
This is horrendous.
Which sport was this?
Baseball.
Okay, I thought.
Dang.
It's terrible.
Oh, my
True
goodness.
hops, though?
Oh, it's concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just boom, boom, boom. And I was like, oh, wow, this is spectacular. But
Right.
yeah, it's terrible. Terrible facility. It had nostalgia. It's like, oh, man, we get to go play at the Dome. Okay, I grew up watching this and, took a look, Craig Biggio and Bagwell and company, and you go out there and you're like, yeah, nah, this ain't it.
When they opened that, if I remember correctly, they called it the 8th wonder of the world.
They did.
The Astrodome.
Yeah.
And now is it still there? Did they tear it down?
I think it's still there,
It
isn't
was
it?
Yeah,
there,
and it's
yeah.
this little teeny thing in the current where the Texans play is just
Massive.
huge. And this little 8th wonder of the world is this
It's just
little
tiny.
little tiny building next to the monstrous dome now where the Texans play.
I'm double checking to see. I thought it was still there.
Yeah, it
but
is. It's a preservation. I had to make sure. When I was down in Texas, they were talking about it. But they still played high school sports and stuff at the Astrodome when I was going to school in the early 2000s. But now it's completely done. I think the last, and I could be wrong, but the last event that I remember going or seeing was an HBCU Classic was held at the Astrodome. But I'm pretty sure they played some high school sports or something after.
And just to bring it all back around, that's where they invented artificial turf because they initially tried to have a glass ceiling, and they tried to grow grass, but there's too much glare.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the player's like, I can't see anything.
Wow.
So then they said, all right, we got to put a roof over it so the grass won't grow, so we got to put in AstroTurf.
Look at you with the facts over here.
But now we're so sophisticated, you go say to Glendale, where I'm sure you've been, and boop, you just
Roll
put the
it
grass
in.
on that giant tray
And
back
roll
it
it
out
out.
into the sun until you need it for the game, and then boop, move it back in.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they've got turf now that's like kind of is pretty much grass. So
yeah,
still not as good as real grass, but it's a lot different from, like you guys said, the old turf.
Yeah, but for some reason, the 49ers have issues with the turf in New Jersey. Well, I think it's because they lost. What was that? 2020 when they went there and they had Bosa got hurt and Jimmy got hurt and everybody.
I remember that game.
Tearing them legs up.
Yeah, yeah.
As I'm looking real quick, the Astrodome is it's getting a makeup.
You're kidding.
Yeah, it's according to I'm looking at NBC Sports. Let's make sure what this is. Excuse me.
Maybe
Or
they're bringing
NRG
it
and
back.
all that. Yeah, it's allegedly going through a rebuild, and it's for what are they trying to register and Rooney? They're just trying to turn it into something like office, retail spaces, hotel, all that type of stuff. Entertainment venues. What I was looking for.
There have been a lot of historic stadiums in our country that have been torn down because they became obsolete. But they were, I don't know, to me, being a fan, some of those are historic sites. I'd like to see them keep the Astrodome, but sounds like, well, this was the Astrodome, but now it's, Houston Mall or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, even, again, when I went down there, Astro World was still there. It was right across the 610. Yeah, absolutely. Six Flags Astro World. You can go right across the freeway, which is the 610 loop, and Astro World. You're like, it was pretty cool. I liked it when I went,
Yeah, well,
all about
Kings fans were taken for a ride last night,
Yes, they were.
Jay?
They were, man. I don't know if the ride you wanted to be. Nauseous about the stomach.
127 to 120, of course, the final, but the Kings did have a chance to win that game. Poorly officiated or not, the Kings had an opportunity to win that game. We've been talking about that. We'll be talking about that, I'm sure, in the hours to come here. However, I just want to take a moment to point out that while I was not real high on Russell Westbrook coming here, and I'm still not, frankly, but I got to say, he's a hit. Being in the arena last night, people love Russ. And as you said, there was an effort play last night. I think I remember the play you were talking about. And people just, did you see that? And people just gravitate to a star of that magnitude playing here. And when we had Vinsanity here, he was at the end of the line. By his own admission, he just wanted to keep playing. Russ, I don't think Russ would ever tell you he's anywhere near the end of the line.
He ain't admitted that, at least, right?
Numbers, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's not his DNA.
Right.
And that's why I think it was okay for Doug Christie to bring him here, knowing that he does fit the DNA part of this team in terms of he's going to never lack the effort. And you saw that on full display offensively and defensively last night with Westbrook, who I believe had 19 points in that game and was extremely efficient from three.
You said last night?
Westbrook.
Yeah, last night Westbrook had 18.
18, excuse me. Okay, 18 and 4-6 from three.
Correct.
So he was I just feel like in the zone. And like you said, the fans were feeding off him in those moments. And it was close for majority of the game.
Yeah.
So even when they had, the Lakers had a 10-point lead in, I believe, the first half, they whittled that down real quickly. And in half of that was in great effort by Westbrook. So
I was speaking last night with somebody who's pretty well versed when it comes to the Kings' actual thinking, because I was thinking my first reaction, just being honest, was, that's probably something that ownership wants to do because he's a big star.
Sure.
And this person I was talking to, is not the first time I've had the conversation. This person was saying, I think it's really a Scott Perry thing because that's the type of guy Scott Perry likes.
Yeah.
And he wants him to come in and help. And we've heard it so many times. You start to tune it out, but wants him to come in and start to establish that kind of culture.
And I get it. Lit the beam on Friday when they did get the win at home. By the way, wasn't that Sacramento's first win since the pandemic when there were like no fans in there?
Yeah, it was their first
at
win.
Home?
Deuce Mason had this one. It was their first win, opening night win at home, win in the home opener in front of fans ever, because the only other time they'd done it was during the pandemic.
So that had to feel really good. And then you have Westbrook actually light the beam, which was really cool to see. So I think right now, 3 games in, I know it's still early, just like it's too early to say exactly this team is washed or not. I don't think that's really fair 3 games in either. It's pretty good to see that Westbrook could be a good fit for this year, at least this year.
He played really well last night.
Yeah, I enjoy watching him. It's fun to watch him. So
they're fun to watch so far.
They
Just
are.
a little aggravating. And Jay, I know you were there Friday. I was not at the game Friday. I was there in the building briefly, then left. But I was there last night. And maybe it was just because of the Laker game and the way it was officiated. The vibe seems, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just odd in there. And I think it's the way fans are coming in and they're just a little not sure of this team. Maybe I'm projecting that. Maybe it's not there. Maybe I'm bringing that in myself. Did you notice anything like that on opening night?
No, I didn't feel it. But I will say maybe my door wasn't open to feel it. I have to, now that you've brought it to the forefront, you've turn the domino on its back.
But opening night is different. Opening night is just like, let's just have fun.
I didn't feel it. I felt like typical Kings crowd. Got loud a couple of times, inside the arena when it was needed. And I thought fans were the typical Sacramento Kings fans. I might have missed it, though. Not 100% sure.
Probably did not. You probably did not. And as we were saying Friday, we were all out there at Revival Friday, and we're just saying, look, it's not a must win, but they really need to win. And for them to come through that way, that was awesome.
Well, yeah, you have to beat the Jazz. I think if you want to have any type of success during the season, you need to beat the Jazz. Right? You definitely need to beat the Jazz, 100%. So I don't know if they would have took that loss. If the vibe would have been a little different, I'm pretty sure it was. But, in typical Kings fashion, when they get the W, you hear the the vibration, the buzz outside the arena. I felt that. Okay. I truly did. It wasn't like, oh, yeah, they took care of OKC or beat the Lakers or, a hated, vaunted team like that. But it was the Jazz, and it was, okay, we got that W, especially bouncing off the fact that they lost to Phoenix in such a tough way, too.
Yeah. Somehow here in the chat, thread started where Kevin is old enough, ...
What?
Kevin is old enough to remember the Astrodome. Yes.
Whitey, I just thank you for being, so old.
Kevin held Ben Franklin's kite.
A little bit younger than that old guy.
I'm not at liberty to divulge whether I did or not. Kevin poured tea in the Boston Harbor. And then you get kind of, when Kevin went to McDonald's, the sign said, we fed 100 people. Oh, my God. On and on and on. So,
man, why they disrespecting my guy like that?
Kevin told Paul Revere that the British were coming. Okay. No, to me it is a sign of respect.
It is a sign of respect.
No, most of that is not true. But I was at a game at Kezar Stadium. I went to a 49er game.
You did, you did. As a young lad in here.
Bart Starr at Kezar Stadium, so I've been around a little bit. Yeah,
that's
for a while.
Good stuff to say, though.
That means he's more knowledgeable.
Hopefully, if I can retain any of it.
More life experience. Those are two good things.
Yeah, it's all love, Kevin.
It is.
He says, yeah, I appreciate it. I do.
He doesn't look old, though. We got that going for you.
Whatever. You know, being older beats the alternative, which is not being around at all. So I don't have a problem. And I've been very lucky to do this for a long time.
I aspire to be like you, OG.
I know.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate
telling
that.
folks,
man. I
appreciate
just, I appreciate that.
Were they firing off on you on the podcast?
No,
on the YouTube, on the chateau or text?
It doesn't. No, I wouldn't have mentioned it if I was offended. I wouldn't have mentioned it.
I think they're so done talking about the fouls. And
that's it.
That
You're
they're
right.
like, let's just move on.
Yeah, somebody else Banta was talking about the best Halloween candies.
Oh, and cereal was on there.
Yeah,
cereal. That got me kind of going.
That Almond Joy. We better not be talking about that nasty candy anymore.
What happened? Was there some sort of?
He's not a big fan.
Do you like the mounds then?
Come on, Kayla. Be real in here.
Yeah. The worst thing about Halloween is just
Snickers and Reese's.
You get the little bars and it says fun size.
It makes me feel better.
Fun about
a small sample jump.
Which candy bar is more fun?
But
right?
It makes you feel better. You're like, ooh, fun size. I can eat like a ton of fun sizes and not feel,
is that what it is?
This is the mind tricks my mind plays on me.
Okay, maybe that's it.
It's totally wrong because it's more. You eat more.
8 years old, like, this one's more fun.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're thinking.
The king size.
What kind of fun you're having with it. But,
the fun size.
Yeah.
You're like, I go to the houses that gave out the giant candy bars. There was always that one maybe that you could find.
You got to do your legwork, research for years, and then somebody moves and it screws up your whole plan.
Have you guys ever thought about the math? You know how they say how many licks does it take to get to the middle of a lollipop? Have you guys ever thought, like, how many fun sizes equals a regular?
Yes, for sure. And I don't think, Jay, it's not that many. And that's why I get myself
about
into
three?
trouble. Yes.
3 top 4, maybe?
And I eat like 12.
Oh, yeah. You're in the king size area.
Banta the Young says, my dad went to a 49ers game at Kezar Stadium in the 50s, back when everyone wore suits and they all stood up the whole time. You see that on TV?
Yes.
It's the World Series, and everyone is just decked out.
Yeah, that's the SEC.
Sunday finest. Really?
That's the SEC. That's what they do down there. The women do, at least. They dress in like going out clothes or suits. Some of the fraternity. It's weird.
That's their day out.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, that's definitely their day out.
I remember when we were really little and we went to Hawaii to visit my mom's cousins, you had to get dressed up to go on a plane.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad that that's not the case anymore.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, and I think that's the way everybody was. Of course, and everyone was smoking on the plane as
Right.
well.
Oh, that too.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Pan Am, would you fly?
It was Pan Am as a matter
Okay,
of
I
fact.
knew it. I saw it in your features.
I was like 8 years old in my blue suit on the plane.
Ooh, what color blue? Sky?
No.
Navy?
Like a
police?
It's more royal.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I could see that.
But yeah, those old films of people at the World Series, everybody all dressed up, men with their hats.
That is
They stood there the
crazy.
whole time, respectfully.
That is nuts to think about. How uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Oof.
Yeah.
Especially on a plane these days. I don't know what you guys wear, but sweats
Lounge
are my
clothes?
Yeah,
Right, come
sweats are what I prefer.
Sandals?
Mm-hmm.
The loungiest of the loungiest clothes that you could possibly wear.
Exactly.
Unless I'm going to L.A. or something that's
Okay,
quick and
yeah.
you got to bounce out and
Yeah.
go jump in an Uber or something like that, yeah.
You ever seen those sleep pods at the airport? I saw a video
Oh, yeah.
today. of a
Yeah.
sleep pod.
Absolutely.
You ever done one?
No, I haven't done one.
I think I'd be scared of the sanitation part.
I'll be honest, my travel, as much as I've traveled, I don't have the worst travel stories. I've been blessed. I truly
Good.
I truly
Yeah.
am, yeah. And I say that, and hopefully now I'm not stuck somewhere for 4 hours.
comes
for
back with
4
a story
days,
that's
yeah.
awful.
But the worst I've ever had was it was a delay. We're coming out of New Orleans, which is a mess to get out of there anyway because there aren't a lot of straight shots to New Orleans from the West Coast. Well, there are none. Let me say that, first of all. You have to stop in Dallas or something, or Houston or one of these places. But we're coming from there, and we had to go to Minneapolis to get back this way, me and the wife. And New Orleans was raining and all that type of stuff. Get to Minnie, and it's like, oh, yep, your plane's off. And it was at the end of the day, so it was like, yeah, you'll be here till tomorrow morning. That's like the worst I've ever had, truly.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And I've traveled with teams, and yeah, literally, I've been blessed.
I want to fly with you, Jay.
I know,
No,
exactly.
man.
You should rent yourself out.
Give those good vibes to the Kings as they're traveling this week. Hopefully no weather
Let's do it.
or anything.
We'll come back with a look at not only the 49ers yesterday, but what else happened in the National Football League and what it means for the 49ers going forward next. Sactown Sports.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heat and Air. Right now, breaking news, they're upgrading their offering to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. You hear me talk about them as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement, and now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free, and they'll give you a second opinion and almost certainly save you money. Oh, but wait, there's more. With winter coming up, how about a free furnace special? With full system installation, you're getting a free furnace, not a discounted furnace, a free furnace, and up to $4,000 in rebates while that funding lasts. So get there right now, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Tempted to decorate for the holidays early? We like your style. Right now at Kohl's, save 20% on decor, hosting essentials, and more. Plus, get $10 off $50 spent. So go ahead, hang up that wreath, swap out those couch pillows for ones with snowflakes. And while others are panic shopping later, you'll already be cozied up feeling pretty great about these early Kohl's deals. Select styles, offers end November 2nd. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
For 77 years, the Keys family from Naturewood Home Furnishings has been serving families just like yours and mine. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings, most of which are made right here in this country. The kitchen table, which we purchased so many years ago, speaks to the enduring quality of the Naturewood product lines. We treasure memories made seated around that table with family and friends for birthday celebrations, school projects, and many late-night meals when the day just got away from us. Naturewood has provided thousands with home furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their 77th anniversary sale and get started making your own brand of memories. Meet the Keys family at Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Have a sad announcement for fans of the NFL, fans of the Oakland Raiders specifically. George Atkinson has passed away. George Atkinson was 78, a hard-hitting Raiders safety. The Raiders announced his passing today. They didn't reveal a cause of his death, but Atkinson had disclosed that he had CTE in a 2016 interview with the San Jose Mercury News. Did you know George Atkinson at all, Jay?
No, I just had a few times. Did not know him personally, no.
The Raiders called Atkinson the anchor of the team's Soul Patrol secondary of the 70s that helped lead the team to its first Super Bowl title. He remained connected to the organization until his passing. So rest in peace, George Atkinson. The Raiders, bye week for the Raiders, huh?
Yeah, they had a bye week.
They needed it.
They did. Yeah, they did.
Telling you.
Woo-wee. But, now they got Tyler Lockett, so, everything's going to change for them. I'm joking, but I just did see that they're reuniting Geno and Tyler Lockett with Pete Carroll. Reunion of the Seahawks, I guess.
I know Alan was suggesting that, maybe this would have happened to the Seahawks if they'd kept Pete Carroll. I mean, maybe, but what's going on with the Raiders, I don't think it's Pete Carroll's fault.
No.
I think we blame it on Pete Carroll.
No, that starts from the top.
Yeah.
I think. And the drafting has not been good. I think they just had to pretty much have a immediate, what are we going to do about the quarterback? And that's why they even went and got Geno, because at least Pete had an idea of what he was. But, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it would exactly be that.
And what is happening to the Atlanta Falcons? A couple weeks ago, Jay, we've arrived.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
They had to play Kirk Cousins, and he was not good.
Nah, he wasn't. You could definitely tell he was rusty. The speed was a little too quick for him. It's always interesting to see a former starter guy, big money paid guy, jump on the bench and then have to bounce back and kind of be that savior that, as they say, the most popular person in the city is what, the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Not in Atlanta. Not in Atlanta. And that's tough. That's probably tough if you're Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. But you got to keep on ticking. Nobody's crying about anything when it comes to the NFL. Bring in Kirk Cousins, no problem. Seasoned meat. That's the way people look at it. And so you got to do something to kind of counteract that if you're the Falcons. What that is, I have no clue. I love a lot of the young guys that the Falcons have. You know, the key to me is going to be Penix. I think me and Whitey, we're on board with Penix, but just like you're talking about Mykel Williams, I think Penix is going to have to play quicker, faster, and be better, quicker, and faster than I think we would allow a true first-time playing quarterback.
Yeah, he needs more reps, right?
Yeah, he does.
Absolutely.
Truly does.
Man, he's a gifted thrower of the football.
He's got zip.
Watched a lot of him. And I like him too, you guys. And unfortunately, you know, you're seeing this with Cam Ward too in Tennessee, and Michael Penix Jr. is still a young player. When you're going to organizations that are still trying to figure it out, and I know Falcons have talent. They do have talent there.
They do.
But they've been trying to figure it out with the coaches and stuff. And it's weird, too, when you see them win games this year against the Commanders and Bills 2 weeks in a row, and then you see a loss against the Niners. Okay, you can get that. But then to the Dolphins, we're all scratching our heads. But you know what happened yesterday? Tua broke out of whatever major funk he's been in, and he was, in my opinion, the best graded quarterback this weekend by far. And I don't think any of us expected that offensive breakout to happen.
From the Dolphins?
Yeah.
Did not expect it. Yeah, so now all of a sudden they're talking about, hey, you know, maybe Mike McDaniel has a future here.
After one win?
I know, right?
Well, every week it's just the sky is falling or it's rainbows and pot of gold. Yeah, it's amazing. And, of course, football, because it's only once a week, too. So you have a whole week to stew on a loss or a win. And that's why I say you kind of you have to really adjust your expectations, and you can't fall victim to every single week. You take a loss, it's like, oh, my goodness, the coaches got to go. The defense, you're always looking at the worst, the negative, unless you lose on a game-winning, Hail Mary or something. But it's vice versa. When you win, it's like, oh, my goodness. Okay, wait a minute. We got a playoff shot.
Yeah.
Playoff shot. No, you don't. You ain't got no playoff shot.
When I say they're talking about maybe they've got a future with Mike McDaniel, they are some of the players in the locker room. So obviously they don't make the decision, and that's an awkward spot for players. But there's something to be said for players still, at least to a degree, rallying behind the current coach.
There is something to say. And sometimes I feel like the NFL, it's not talked about as much, or I guess executed as much as it is in the NBA. Like if an NBA group of the players want the coach out, it's probably the coach is out, right? I think there's too many in the NFL. It doesn't really matter what their opinions are, but that does mean something, especially since you thought Mike McCarthy early on. I thought he might have gotten canned 3 games in, to tell you the honest truth, and maybe they do stick with him a little bit. But by the way, Atlanta guys, they've got the Patriots and Colts next.
Yeah.
That does not get any easier.
And just think, when the schedule came out, they said, all right,
we got
the Patriots and the Colts.
They're winnable games.
The 49er injury situation is being brought into focus by some numbers. I know they had a number yesterday during the telecast that showed how many games they've lost.
Graphic was ugly.
How about this? We have the sum of the average salary made by players on reserve lists for the 49ers now has eclipsed $96 million, the most in the NFL.
Oh, my gosh.
The Dolphins have the second highest sum at nearly $72 million.
If you do some math, though, and when that graphic popped up, my phone went off. All my partners in my 49er, thread, this is amazing. 16 and or 17 games this season, dating back to 2017, which is where the graphic started. 16 games a season. And your team has missed 2,000?
Yeah, but it's 16 times however many people are on.
Understandable. I got what you're saying.
Yeah.
But let's just start again. 16 or 17 games a season, and your people have missed 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
That is incredible.
And
that is incredible.
Is that in the Shanahan era, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right, since he got there in
2017.
Yeah.
So that means you normally would have, if you got to really sit down and do some math, you're talking about an easy 10 to 12, 10 to 15 guys injured every year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That are supposed to play. That is amazing.
So they've got to, no matter how this season goes, it's been another season of injuries after, as you know, Kayla, last year that
Yeah.
their whole season was derailed by injuries, but
Absolutely.
they thought, well, that won't happen again, and it has. So they have to bring in a lot of different people and just say anybody, medical experts.
Yeah.
I don't know, people that are into the analytics. Anybody you can think of who might have any reason to come up with or any way to come up with an answer to this. What's going on? What can we do to avoid this?
They did it, and that's exactly what they did when Mike Vrabel was in Tennessee. It was actually an issue under him. And there was a lot of talk about the fans were livid, and they were like, this can't be happening. Theirs were soft tissue injuries, though, so that was directly connected with probably more of the strength and conditioning staff. But sure enough, after 3 seasons of this happening, they finally completely had to go in and do complete studies. They brought in a way different staff, and now it hasn't been so much of an issue this last year. But you're right, they're going to have to do something. And I know some of those are freak injuries, but that's a lot. That's a lot.
Year after year after year. Jay, didn't they fairly early on, 2019 or so? Maybe it was 2018.
Change the staff?
Yeah.
Because, this is too many injuries.
Yeah, people were talking about it. Same thing. We were having these conversations. Yeah, no one has any answer, right? You truly don't. I've seen some of the best trainers. I've seen, so many different NFL personnel, people, media, reporters talk about the injuries to the 49ers. And it's just something that we just can't fathom. We can't understand.
Matt Barrow says that they practice harder than anybody else on Thursdays.
Yeah.
And he says that's based on what players tell him. So he, like everybody else, he writes for The Athletic. He's trying to figure out, and he's on with Carmichael Dave. Well, what's going on? That's the only thing that he can come up with. It makes some sense, but obviously you got a lot of things going on to contribute to that many injuries, a staggering number. As I said, $96 million. That's the sum of the average salary made by players on reserve lists for the 49ers, most in the NFL.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Whitey, I did quick math yesterday when I saw it. When you really sit down and you look at it, you're talking about somewhere between 10 to 15, depending on, season and all that type of stuff. That is an entire side of your starting team.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to win like that?
Jennifer Lee Chan yesterday on X. Injuries are part of the game, but 49ers defense. Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Bryce Huff, Yetur Gross-Matos, and then today, Jordan Elliott, Samuel Kawanu, D. Winters, offense, Brock Purdy, Ricky Pearsall, Ben Barch, Jake Brendel, and Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah. And those are big. Those are big names. Like, these are not just like third stringers.
Those are guys you're depending on every one of them for something. Yeah, some more than others, but everybody there is supposed to give you something.
Think about it defensively. And I was thinking about this a couple of weeks ago. Maybe it was last week because Diamador Lenore wasn't scheduled to play yesterday because he was nursing an injury. But if you look at their starting defense, what it should look like on paper, every single position now that D. Winters is left, minus Diamador Lenore, who played yesterday hurt, has seen more than one person.
Cool.
Think about that. At some point in time through the season, they have played with a backup who was not scheduled to be a starter on paper as a 49er. Think of, truly.
Yeah.
Truly. Minus Diamador Lenore spot.
And that's why, Jay and Kev, that's why I really do give credit, because I'm seeing a team do this with nothing left. And I'm sorry, they were still competitive in that game yesterday. And honestly, I'd blame a lot of it on the first half where they pretty much were, in terms of time of possession, it was 24-5.
Well, their margin for error is so slim, and then you get the ball and you have a first down, and Juwan Jennings is called for a face mask that had no influence on the play, and that sets you back. And just one little thing like that. Good teams can overcome that. The 49ers right now have a hard time overcoming something.
I'm surprised though they're even competitive, guys.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised they're even competitive, but I'm not because of the way the Niners are ran.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a difference there.
Jay, Juwan Jennings used to catch everything. Remember last year? He caught everything.
Remember, he told us he's playing with 5 broken ribs.
That's probably right.
Okay.
And Mac Jones, I think, is pretty injured too. I don't think he's leading us on. I think he's pretty beat up as well.
Oh, yeah. Mac Jones is limping through the season.
He's pretty beat up.
He needs to sit down for 2-3 weeks.
Right.
But Adrian Martinez is someone the 49ers don't want to go to.
Neither does he.
No, he's like,
In that Rams game, it looked like they were going to him.
Yeah.
I think all 49er fans too were like, we'll come back with a look at the most interesting thing about last night's Kings game that nobody is talking about. We'll talk about it next on Sactown Sports.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SactownSports.com.
Tempted to decorate for the holidays early? We like your style. Right now at Kohl's, save 20% on decor, hosting essentials, and more. Plus, get $10 off $50 spent. So go ahead, hang up that wreath, swap out those couch pillows for ones with snowflakes. And while others are panic shopping later, you'll already be cozied up feeling pretty great about these early Kohl's deals. Select styles, offers end November 2nd. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. Offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The excitement of the game is here, and so are the model year-end savings at Stockton Honda, the best Honda dealer in Northern California. Score big with low payments, more for your trade, and a huge selection. Don't wait. The clock is ticking at StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study, recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Ready to pregame for your next big arena event? Head to Beach Hut Deli, a Sacramento tradition for over 40 years where aloha is served daily. Located just steps from the arena, whether it's game day or a concert night, it's the perfect spot to gather with friends and enjoy amazing sandwiches. Planning a bigger get-together? Beach Hut Deli offers endless catering options to bring those fresh, delicious flavors to your next party or event. Beach Hut Deli. Good vibes, great food, and epic times await.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery. Embrace the company of family and friends and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at ChooseChangeCA.org.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
Need cash fast? Tap into the value of your home with a home equity line of credit from Valley Strong Credit Union. Whether it's for home improvements, debt consolidation, or that dream vacation, you can get your cash offer in minutes. That's right, just minutes to unlock the power of your home's equity with no hard credit pull to see how much cash you can get. No stress, no waiting, just smart local banking that puts you first. Grow your possibilities with Valley Strong Credit Union. Visit valleystrong.com to get started today.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Taking you up to Monday Night Football. I know we were just talking to Brian, one of our fine account executives here at the station, and he mentioned after the game last night, he and his wife went to Revival. I forgot to ask him if there's like a statue of you up yet. Because you're so...
Of me?
Yeah. Everybody knows you and loves you there.
You know, I do love that place, and I've only been there now twice, but it is probably one of my favorite spots
You've made
now.
an impression on them. So
It was... did you guys have fun on Friday?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, we got some good food. I don't know if you were watching on YouTube on that day, but we had the food. I don't know if you saw it, but it was really good. They brought us out like 3 different types of food, and we had some, beverages that were brought out and stuff. So, yeah, it was the whole thing.
And I think that was Taylor Hendricks who we saw. And
I think so,
too. I don't think he had a great game.
And maybe because he was out spending too much time at the pool listening to our radio show.
I don't want to say. I'm just saying.
I think you're on to something. I think you're on to something here.
And I was making eye contact with him. And he's like, yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Who the heck is that? So, anyway, it was a wonderful weekend of basketball despite the way it ended last night. Here's why Zach LaVine is becoming my favorite Sacramento King. Not only because he's scoring points by the bushelful, he also last night after the game said he refused to blame the free throw disparity for the Kings' loss. I like that. It's a simple thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people have done it, but I appreciate that. And I really appreciate it. He said, I don't like to blame the officials. We still had opportunities to win the game. I don't blame DeMar DeRozan for, as you pointed out, Kayla, looking at the stat sheet and like, wait, what?
Yeah, he did.
It's how many? Yeah, and I don't blame Doug Christie for talking about how wild it was, but I appreciate Zach LaVine saying, I don't like to blame it on the officiating.
It's wild.
Yeah. We had chances to win the game.
It's funny because was that LaVine, that drop? Because
that right there was Doug.
Oh, that was Doug. That's right. That was the wild.
Yeah.
The whole thing we were talking about. So whenever I see LaVine on the court, it's always a straight face, right? Like you barely get a crack of a smile out of LaVine ever. And but in that way, to take it like that and to answer it like that, being one of the guys that you're looking at right now is a big reason why you're even in games.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right, Kevin. That was the right thing to say, but I think honestly that's just what he thought because there were opportunities for them to play the defense they needed to play without fouling. And they were going to have to learn how to do that. And it is different for some of these guys that, including LaVine, are trying to be more intense in terms of how they're playing the game defensively because of Doug Christie.
We still had a real opportunity to win that game regardless of free throws. He said, I don't ever want to put it on that. He apparently, from what I heard earlier today on the station, he was, Zach LaVine was playing golf this weekend with with Mr. 51 points. Austin Reaves.
Up in El Dorado.
What?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
ain't hear that.
Yeah.
I heard that
no,
too.
that's all bad.
Yeah, now I think that comes via somebody who saw them and then called in to Alan's show. So I can't say it's 100% certain, but I think so. And
There
then
was a
did you hear
sighting.
how Luka apparently inspired Austin Reaves to have the big night?
Nah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So
What'd he do?
Luka is a big Dallas Cowboys fan.
Oh, no.
So Reeves says he was watching the game, and he said it was yesterday in the morning, which can't be because Denver and Dallas didn't play.
Already sound like a lie.
So, yeah,
Right?
Exactly. He's a 51-point scoring liar. But he said, so Dak threw an interception, so I texted Luka, and then we texted back and forth, and he told me he wanted me to score 60.
So whatever Lucas says,
That's right.
I do.
If
He's-
Luka told you to
yeah.
jump off the Tower Bridge,
You would do
Austin
it.
Reeves, would you do that?
I mean, it's like, okay, good for you, Austin Reeves. Like you found a way to pretty much hold your team together because without him, there is no way they would have won that game. He was 21 of 22 at the line or something.
He was.
And yeah, I mean, you shouldn't have allowed a guy like that to have that many points when your 2 stars are out, but it happened. Unfortunately,
51, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists.
He's not that great of a player.
I know, and he's got a lot of detractors. And for anyone who's an Austin Reeves detractor, the thing that was toughest about last night was the fact that he made 6 of 10 threes, and he made some tough shots.
I know.
And I know it was they rolled out the red carpet for him. The officials did. Here you go, sir, right to the foul line.
Do what you want, yeah.
Yeah, but aside from that, he did make some
he made some good shots.
And he made some good plays late.
Yep.
When the Kings were just trying to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands, they tried some traps and things and some blitzes.
And that didn't work.
Them well also. So.
It was almost like, danged if you do, danged if you don't, in terms of, what the Kings wanted to do to try to stop him.
Yeah.
It just wasn't going to happen on that night.
Do the officials recognize, does the league recognize that the Lakers are going to be without Luka and LeBron for a while, and they've got a tough stretch here, and it would be difficult for them to maybe have as prominent a role in the postseason, which is good for the network if they lose these games, and they wanted to take care of a Laker team that's playing tonight in Portland?
Look at that.
I'm not saying that.
Cue the unsolved mysteries. I
don't think anyone is saying that,
No.
but it is going to be tough for them tonight in Portland after last night.
Yeah, and Portland lost, I believe, right? Was it last
night? They had
night?
the big win, win it for Chauncey, and then I think they lost. Yeah, they lost the next game. Yeah. How about Domantas Sabonis? Last night, only took 8 shots. He had 10 points, 14 rebounds, so he had the double-double. He was in foul trouble, 5 fouls. I know some people have kind of cast a disparaging eye at the way he played last night. I thought he played well, and I don't have a problem with him taking fewer shots. Obviously, he's capable of scoring more than 10 points, but with so many people on this team that need the ball to give you what you want from them, if Domantas is one of the guys who ends up taking fewer shots this year and other guys are taking and making shots, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and I know when we did crosstalk with Alan Stiles, he was like, are you sure? You're okay with him getting paid that much money to be a guy that's going to be a rebounding guy, essentially? And I don't know if it's going to be that. I think right now, like you said, they're still trying to figure out their, lineups and when everybody gets healthy type of a thing. I also feel like it was really hard to see last night specifically with Domantas Sabonis because of the foul trouble. And that really was the lineup was kind of crazy and he had to sit and everything. So I don't even think it's going to get to that point. But I can see there's some concern because he hasn't been the greatest early on.
I just think, to me, they're not running the offense through him as much.
Yeah.
And he's a really good passer. So, it's good to have different looks. We'll see if that changes or... maybe they'll go to him more as he's healthier. It's a great point you raised. He's just coming off the injury. Something to keep an eye on, but I don't think it's necessarily a terrible thing. As long as they're scoring 120 or more points, I think offensively they're in good shape. It's all about the other end with this team.
It is. Defense. We got to learn how to do it without fouling.
Now, do you think 49er fans have to root for the Chiefs tonight because the Commanders are one of those teams trying to get in the jumbo bucket?
Isn't it hard just to say, though, you're rooting for the Chiefs in any capacity?
I think it's downright impossible. I bet it is for Jay. You root for the Chiefs tonight, Jay?
No, that's a no.
And Travis Kelce, you're not going to get your touchdown one day after National Tight End Day.
Yeah. All right, you're back with us tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right, thanks for being with us. Stick around because we're going to take you to Monday Night Football. The Commanders and the Chiefs are next right here. Thanks for listening to The Drive, guys, on Sactown Sports.
The Drive Guys, weekdays 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
on Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back?
back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
I'm Navy vet Phil Briggs, here for Navy Federal Credit Union. I always love Veterans Day because it's when I see my buddies posting up pictures of us when we were younger and built for speed. Navy Federal Credit Union also celebrates veterans of all branches and their families every day of the year. As a veteran, you can become a member and access exclusive rates, discounts, and financial tools for the whole family. So become a member today at NavyFederal.org/veterans. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal